Hello, I'm Noelle Barille. I'm one of the senior chef instructors at Oceania Cruises teaching the cooking classes in the Culinary Center. We're sure missing you right now. Wish we could be on board teaching you and cooking with you and exploring the exciting ports around the world. But for now, I want to come to you from Madison, Wisconsin and talk a little bit about mise en place. It's one of the essentials in cooking. To me, it's where everything begins because mise en place means everything in its place. So when you cook, if you do your mise en place, meaning your preparation and your organization ahead of time, it's actually going to make you more efficient, make you feel more successful, and help with the cleanup. And we all like that, don't we? So let me start at the beginning. I really believe that mise en place begins with your thought process when you're going to make a dish. So whether you're following a recipe or you're doing your own creativity, you still want to get all your ingredients ready and prepared so that when you are cooking, if you're whatever method you're cooking, you are focused on that cooking when you're doing the method. And you don't have to run to the refrigerator or the pantry to get an ingredient and quickly cut it up, or you don't have to run out to the grocery store because you were missing an item. So mise en place helps you be much more efficient in that way. It also will help you feel successful. If you're following a recipe, it will get you to read through the recipe several times. And it'll get you to have a good understanding and feeling of how to make the dish before you even start. And that's really helpful. The third thing that mise en place does is it helps you with your cleanup. So this morning, I'm actually making some scrambled eggs. And I had my eggs out. I had actually some red peppers that I diced up yesterday for a different dish. I had my onion out, my package of tomatoes, and I went ahead and I did my mise en place. I prepared the ingredients that I need to make my dish. Now today I'm not following a recipe, I'm just making scrambled eggs because I looked in the fridge and I said, oh, I have some eggs, I've got an onion I want to use up, I've got these lovely sun-gold tomatoes, and I had these peppers from yesterday. So with that said, the peppers are a perfect example that with mise en place, it can also get you to think about preparing things ahead of time, doing what you can in the dish maybe the night before, again, saving you time on the day that you need to make something. So one of the things that's also important with mise en place is not only, as I mentioned, your list of ingredients and quantity of ingredients, then secondly, it's also important once you get your ingredients prepared in the way that you need to. In my case today, I had diced up some onion, bell pepper, and some sun-gold tomatoes. I also wanted to get my eggs scrambled. So I have my eggs all whisked up here before I'm going to scramble them in the pan, and I've got them ready to go. So what I've done is I have everything in the order that I need it, so that when I turn on the stove, and I have a pan right here, when I turn my stove on and put my oil in, I don't need to think about what order I'm going to put my ingredients in. So today I actually have my onions first, because if you notice, this is kind of a lot of onion, isn't it? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook up the entire onion, and I'm going to reserve part of it for a dish I'm making later tonight. Now, I'm going to use what I want for this morning. And then I've got my bell pepper. Those are going to go in next. The onion takes longer to cook. The bell pepper takes the second longest to cook. And with my sun-gold tomatoes, I'm kind of just going to fold those in the end. I'm just going to let those get a little bit soft in the pan. I'm not really going to cook them. And also, what do I have here? I have my sea salt or kosher salt. In this case, it's kosher salt. And I like to keep it in a little tub. If I am working with something, let's say like chicken, I will take the salt that I need and put it in an even smaller container and use that and then discard what I didn't need. And that way I don't contaminate my salt. I love to put my cooking oil in a little squeeze bottle. It helps me control how much goes in the pan, and I just refill it as I need it, and I have it right there. And then I like these little black pepper mill grinders. So I got my seasonings for today. And again, I like to organize things in the order that I'm going to use it, because that's going to make you more efficient, and you will have to think less about the actual steps. You can focus on whether you're sweating your vegetables or sauteing your vegetables, whatever the technique is at hand. One thing I also always have when I'm putting together my mise en place is my compost bin. So you can see I diced my onion this morning and I put the scraps of the onion in here. I'm actually gonna pull out a few scraps because I'm gonna use them in a stock. But the rest I'm gonna put in my compost bin or my garbage, however you discard it. Again, this is gonna make you more efficient. And what did I say before? It's gonna help you with your cleanup. There's nothing better than a clean, neat, organized kitchen. You know why? It helps keep your mind clean and neat as well. So I always have some sort of a compost bucket, bowl, if you will. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, oh, I have to go out and buy more equipment, get fancy mise en place cups. No, you don't. I have examples here of several items that I use for mise en place. So I have these wonderful glass bowls that I love because they come with lids. And so anything I'm prepping the night before, I can easily keep it in the refrigerator, and it's glass, it's clear, so I can easily tell what it is. Now, this is a plastic container that grated cheese came in, and sometimes I use that just to house my vegetables in when I'm lining up my mise en place. Now, these are great too because these are actually measuring cups, but I also use them as mise en place bowls. So look, I just have a little tiny one here. If you fill it halfway, it's 1/8 of a cup. The full weight is 1/4 of a cup. And then again, all the way to the biggest, this is 1 cup, and then a full is 2 cups. So this helps if you want to not only have your mise en place, but have it measured. So with the other types of bowls, I'll measure it beforehand if I'm following a recipe, and then put it in here for the quantity that I need. I always have my bench scraper close by because, again, helps me keep neat, clean, and organized with my mise en place. Now, guess what? I am ready to start cooking. I'm so excited. I'm gonna make my breakfast today, some delicious, beautiful scrambled eggs with my onion, bell pepper, sun gold tomatoes, and I've got these beautiful 6 eggs that I've whisked in here ready to go. And as you can see, my stove is right behind me, and I'm ready to start cooking. So remember, mise en place. You may think it takes extra time, but actually it will save you time. From thinking through your dish, preparing mentally, physically getting all of your ingredients and getting the quantities and getting them prepared and how you need them. So for example, today, all I needed to do was have my items diced up, and then I was able to dice them up. Always have a garbage bin or compost bin close by, and take a breath before you go ahead and cook. And just enjoy this beauty of this organization here. And again, it's gonna help with cleanup because my extra ingredients are gone. All I have is what I need for the dish, and then I'll just put these right in the sink or into the dishwasher, and I'm already cleaned up as I go along the process. So I wanna thank you so much for joining me today in Madison, Wisconsin to listen to a little bit about mise en place. I'm really passionate about this topic, and trust me, it's worth the time to get everything neat, clean, and organized in your cooking because it's going to make you more efficient, make you feel more successful, and it's actually going to be a lot more fun. Can't wait to see you back on board when we're back at sea, traveling the world and cooking together. So thank you so much, and stay safe and healthy, everybody.